Hello, and welcome to Haverford Sports Media. I'm Morgan Barrett, joined by my co-host, Jack Kowalski. And Jack, tonight we are seeing the Fords 9-1 going into the first round of playoffs. And what are we looking for tonight?
We're looking for a dub tonight. The Fords coming off a massive win streak of 7 games currently. They're going against the Quakertown Panthers, who are currently 6-4. And they are 6-1 in conference play. The Fords are 7-1 in conference play. The Fords are 5th in the division here, and the Panthers are 12th. The Fords are coached by Luke Doherty, and the Panthers are coached by George Van Ass. Some of the storylines for the Fords. The Fords have had 3 shutouts this year. Against Marple, Harriton, and then their first game against South Philadelphia. Liam Taylor has been a storyline all year. Currently 10th in the nation according to Max Preps with 2,286 yards rushing. Some big wins. They beat Springfield, who is currently number 1 in a lower class division in the district, 21-13 on October 5th. They then went on to beat Ridley 31-14 the next Thursday night. And their only loss this year came to Garnet Valley 35-20 in their second game of the season. Now, the Panthers, they have some big losses. They lost to number 14 Pennsbury 17-7 very early on in their season. Lost to number 4 North Penn on September 6th. They then beat Souderton, who is number 9 currently, 35-34 on September 20th. And then about a month ago, lost to the number 6 team in that 5A division, Upper Dublin, on October 4th. Now, we'll be right back after the national anthem. And the Fords back to receive is both Fusara twins. Fords getting ready to start their first home playoff game since, I believe, 2012, when the Fords had one of their best seasons ever. And the Fords are on track to do that again. And kick is Dominic Pesch for the Panthers.
I mean, with punt returns and yardage, the Fords have gotten a lot, especially with the work of Jimmy Fisaro and Vinny Fisaro. Both of those twins are always on the same page and running just the same game and being able to cover for each other. I mean, it's amazing how well that each Ford bounces off of each other, but then also relies on each other for plays like that.
And the Fusaros just let the ball go in, out at the 1 yard line. And the Fords will take over from their own 30. Here the cheerleaders trying to get this student section fired up as Liam Taylor, Adam Kilpatrick, and Alex Cleary get this offense set and ready to go for their first drive of the game.
I mean, this is exciting. This is exciting for the cheerleaders. This is exciting for the bench. This is exciting for the student section. This is exciting for everyone staying in the Haverford stands, because this just sets the pace for the rest of the game.
And first play, rush by Liam Taylor. A gain of 4 on the play. Be a 2nd and 6 here from the 39. And another run here for the Fords. It'll be Taylor again.
Seems like tonight they're just going to go the safe route of just fishing it to Taylor. I mean, it's the most comfortable thing that the Fords have been doing all year, but Quakertown has had the advantage to be able to watch the Fords throughout the season to kind of study their game because of all the game footage that they've collected, and I hope that they just they make some pockets for Liam Taylor.
3rd and 5 for the Fords, and Taylor gets pushed back, and the Fords will go 3 and out on their first drive. We do not usually see that from the Fords.
Never.
And it is a packed stadium here at A.G. Cornock Field.
I've never seen it so lively. I mean, it's amazing. It's amazing to feel the energy, and it's amazing to see the frustration of that play, but also see the cheers of the alumni, of the current students, and of parents.
Cunningham's kick is up and away.
And we see number 1, Matt Thomas, wide receiver for the Quakertown Panthers, just kind of get caught up in either his own player or one of the Fords. See him take a little tumble, and that's why the punt wasn't successfully returned.
And the Panthers getting set now is number 9, Brady Martin. They'll begin at the 21. Refs trying to figure out there was a flag on that last play where they should mark this ball.
Seems like a bit of a dispute. I mean, they could call interference, or unnecessary roughness.
And they will be moving this, replaying 4th down, I believe.
My goodness.
And Vince Cunningham, I believe. Vince Cunningham will be back out to punt it away.
I mean, there's not much that you can do about that. But this early in the game, I don't think that that's something that you want, is to just keep on replaying these key elements.
Not sure what is completely happening right now, but
I would personally want to know. I mean, it just seems like a lot of dispute and just talking. I mean, I know that the refs are huddling right now and they're bound to be talking, but I mean, it's just a conversation back and forth. I mean, I don't know what they're disputing about, but seems like they're as puzzled as we are.
on the Ford's bench, they're trying to, not sure what they're trying to say, but Coach Doc and Coach Grabius are very visibly upset with the refs.
I mean, yeah, they're thankfully not delaying any game, or running down the clock, but I mean, it is pretty unprofessional to just not have a play call for that. And now it seems like we're moving the markers up.
Yeah, I believe they had the ball marked at the wrong spot, and that's why Coach Doc and Grabius were so upset. And there's a flag.
This is not how we wanted to start our game tonight, folks, but it is okay. The Fords, we have seen them come back from much worse than this, but this is not how we would want to start off this amazing playoff game that hasn't happened very often for the Fords.
And the punt is up and away. And it will go out of bounds on the Quakertown side. Just about the 40-yard line there. Let's see where they mark it. And as Quakertown is getting set, some key players to look out for the Fords. We've been saying this all season. Liam Taylor.
Obviously. I mean, you can't get any better than that. I mean, this is his first year rushing, and he's just been amazing, setting school records. And there's a flag on the play.
It'll be against Quakertown. Quakertown will be pushed back 10 yards here. Or 5, my fault. It'll be a 1st and 15 on the 38. And other players, I mean, you have Will Julia and Vince Cunningham. There's other two starting running backs for the Fords.
And you can't forget about the Fusaro twins.
Yeah, both Fusaros. And that line has been great all season. And a completed pass to number 1, Matt Thomas, from number 9, Brady Martin.
I mean, going back to our defensive line, I mean, I've never seen our defensive line this strong in my 4 years of being here at Haverford High School. I mean, we have been unstoppable and unbreakable. We're just a wall out there, and it is something that other teams should look out for and be terrified for.
And another flag. And will be another false start against the Panthers. Panthers not doing themselves any favors whatsoever. It'll be a 2nd and 10 here at the 43.
I mean, we're starting to see the refs be very strict about what they're looking at and their flag calls. And throughout the season, Haverford, really early or really late in the game, they've been getting a little bit lazy or just been too hype and ready to go, and they've been getting flag calls. But hopefully for playoffs, they'll clean it up.
And a rush by number 25, Kyler Rosner. It'll be a 3rd and 6 here, gain of 4. Hear this crowd very animated right now. And snap. Martin. Pass is complete to number 25, Rosner. And he's taken down almost immediately.
Sacked. I mean, he just barely escaped from a sack. I mean, that would have been a brutal takedown from the Fords. I mean, when you see Alex Klee, Jake Lisicki, and Jake Knapp coming at you as a quarterback, you're going to be a little bit fearful. And, I mean, kept his composure. That's what a good quarterback does.
And the Panthers will be out to punt it away. Punt is up. And Jimmy Fusaro takes it and is running up the hashes and taking down past the 40. Fords getting set for their second drive of this game.
And let's hope that they could clean it up a little bit. I mean, we look for those great yardage catches, especially from Jimmy or Vinny Fusaro. And then we kind of just see Liam Taylor rush the ball all the way to the end zone, or there's a play by Will Julia, and we just see a turning point in the Fords. I mean, we just need that for tonight.
And Taylor rush again. Gain of 2, I believe. Be a gain of 3 on the play. Fords will be on the 47 here. And the Fords are able to get Quakertown to jump. Number 69, Aiden Formica jumped the gun there. And the Fords will have an automatic first, or it'll be a 2nd and 2 now.
I mean, we've seen the Fords play a very physical game, but what they also do is play a very mental game. They beat the other team, they beat their opponent by breaking them down and almost beating them mentally and physically. Keeping both hands on the trophy at all times, but ultimately pushing them away.
And Taylor out to the outside, gets the first and more, is taken down across the 45 into Quakertown territory.
I mean, that's the biggest rush that Liam Taylor has had tonight. I mean, in his last 3 possessions, he only picked up 9 yards, but now he's got a bit more. 4 attempts and 15 yards. I mean, that's abnormal for Liam Taylor, but this is only the beginning. We still have 6 minutes and 45 seconds left in this first quarter.
Snap to Taylor again. Taylor rushes, gain of about 5 there, 4 or 5. I have to see where they mark this ball. Another snap. Out to the outside is Adam Kilpatrick on the quarterback keeper. Gets up inside the 15. And the Fords are in the red zone.
I mean, Adam Kilpatrick's quarterback keeper has been lethal throughout this season. I mean, he's been gaining so much yardage with his rushing. And he got 30 yards on that, and that just puts the Fords in a great position to score either with Will Julia or Liam Taylor.
Ford snap it. Give it to Taylor. Pushing his way through and into the end zone is Liam Taylor for a Fords touchdown. Putting the Fords up 6-0 with 5:35 left in this first quarter.
And Vince Cunningham's kick is good. And we are seeing some cheers from the student section. Kids going wild. Cheerleaders smiling, jumping up and down. And the bench absolutely fuming with hunger. They're hungry for more. They're hungry for more yards, more points, and ultimately more of the playoffs to come. More of the playoff games to come.
And Vince Cunningham will be out to kick it away to the Panthers. This kickoff team has been very good this year. And back to receive is number 1, Matt Thomas. And I believe...
Matt Thomas's name has just been in our mouths recently. He's been rushing, receiving, but he's been one of the powerhouse key players in this Quakertown offense.
And a kick to Thomas. He moving up, gets past the 30, up to the 35. And Vinny Fusaro getting into a little physical confrontation with Timmy Fletcher.
From Will Julia today, he has said that the twins, Jimmy and Vinny, have been, quote-unquote, his words, not mine, the sassiest on the team. They are not fearful of confrontation and getting into the head of other players, just trying to manipulate them to their advantage.
Martin's pass is complete to number 18, Aiden Berge, for a Quakertown first down. Panthers get up to the 45. Markham at the 46. And Martin hands it off immediately to number 20, Gavin Carroll. Seeing a variety of players getting to touch the ball tonight for the Panthers.
That's a little bit different from the Ford's offense just because we have specific people that we like to feed it to, but it's always been successful. Liam Taylor is someone that is so consistent with his rushing. Will Julia always able to get those big plays.
And
Jimmy
Martin
and Vinny
immediately pressured, and there's a flag on the play as a late hit by number 59, Chase Russell. I believe it'll be a roughing passer penalty on that play. It'll be a penalty against the Panthers. Thought it was a late hit by Russell. There's an illegal man downfield for Quakertown. One of those linemen got too far down the field without telling the officials he was a receiver. And Martin takes the snap, immediately rushing out to his side. Incomplete pass intended for Thomas. Cunningham and Julia with some great defense there.
we're seeing a good throwing game by Braden Martin. He has just been throwing on the run, which is something that the Fords have not seen because they've just been looking for a stationary quarterback. But Martin is learning that he can't be still. He can't stop moving or else the Fords defense will get on him. So him throwing on the run is actually a really good advantage for Quakertown just because of a moving target.
And Martin back again. Lisicki almost able to get him. Completed pass to Thomas. And it'll be a completed pass and another Quakertown first down. Across the 50 here. Panthers just able to march down the field.
Ford's defense right now is being held up by Will Julia, Vince Cunningham, and Jake Knapp with tackles and takedowns.
And a rush by, I believe, number 20, Gavin Carroll again. And he loses a yard on the play. It'll be 2nd and 11. And Martin snaps it, fakes a handoff, and Russell is chasing him. We'll have to see if the refs call that pass to Carroll complete, and they will call it incomplete, I believe. Made a mistake. It's a complete pass there. Carroll on the reception. It is a 3rd and 6 here. Panthers want to get one more first down so they can get into field goal range.
But we have faith in the Fords defense to stop them. I mean, we've been very close to sacking.
Martin immediately pressured by Lisicki. Pass to Thomas is complete, and Thomas tried to turn up and is injured, grabbing his hamstring, but immediately gets himself up. Or Thomas. And another first down for Quakertown.
When talking to Will Julia, he told me flat out, this game is not a guaranteed win. They are, the conference of Quakertown is a lot harsher than Haverford's conference, so they have battled through very tough teams just to get to where they are.
And immediately stopped is Carroll. Tackled by a pile of Fords, including Quinn McGloin, Jake Lisicki, Chase Russell, and Emmett Gillespie. And Martin ready to take the snap here as Carroll to his left and immediately rushes out to the side. Completed pass to number 10, Gavin Mushrush. And it will be a first down in at the 11, I believe.
The 10.
The 16.
We were both wrong. But there is 1 minute and 44 seconds left in this quarter, and we are just hoping that the Fords can hold Quakertown on this line. I mean, we do not want them to score. It is 7-0. Fords are up, and they need to stay up because there's the crowd behind him. And we have talked to...
And almost immediately sacked by Knapp is Martin. And it will be a completed pass for Martin for Aiden Berge. It'll be a 2nd and 8 here on the 14.
We're just hoping that Red can hold the line.
The Fords getting set now are the Panthers. Martin looking for the pass out to Thomas is knocked down by Vince Cunningham.
That is a great play by the offensive and defensive player. I mean, you don't see that from a kicker normally, do you, Jack? You do not see a great defensive player from a kicker. I mean, it's just something that we don't see. But here at Haverford, every single Ford has a job. And Vince Cunningham's is to kick and be a great man-to-man defensive player.
Hey, you most of the time see kickers just
kicking,
going out to kick, not really playing both sides of the ball at all. And Martin's pass is intercepted by Jimmy Fusaro.
That's got to feel good.
And that is his 2nd interception of the season. He doesn't get very many targets on the offensive side of the ball, but he takes advantage when he sees that ball coming towards him on defense.
I mean, that could be the turning point of the game. I mean, the Fords gain momentum over the smallest or biggest things with these games, with these types of games, early or late in the game. It's amazing that Fisaro has the ability to make that interception and just be able to hone the ball and have a great ball security.
And Taylor rushing down the field.
He is unstoppable.
And he is going all the way.
No one's touching him. No one's touching him.
In the end zone is Liam Taylor for his second touchdown of the night. That was an over 90-yard rush for Taylor, putting the Fords up 13-0 with a minute 16 left on the clock. Just a great play by the line and some of Taylor's blockers further down the field. And Cunningham out to kick it. The extra point.
I mean, like I said, the Fords feed off of energy, and they feed off of the energy of each other. Vince Cunningham's kick is good, and it will be 14-0. Fords on top of Quakertown. And as we switch sides, we will be back in just a few moments.
And we are back. And Cunningham kicking it away. Little squib kick. And an immediate knee by number 22, Jackson Connolly. And refs debating where to mark this ball down.
But in the meantime, I would like to shout out Liam Taylor. He has 123 rushing yards on this game, 7 attempts, and I mean that touchdown was just amazing. It is something that we almost expect to see from Liam Taylor, from the Liam Taylor of Haverford High School. I mean, this is just going to stack up more and more on his end. He's going to ultimately just climb in the rankings of rushing in the whole entire U.S., Jack?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Quakertown will start on the 11.
It did seem like 22 wanted to take a knee, but didn't end up until he saw the herd of red barreling towards him.
It'll be a first 10. Martin out again to throw it away. And immediately pressured by a group of Fords, and the refs will call it incomplete, saying it hit the ground before number 10, Gavin Mushrush, was able to secure the catch. It'll be a 2nd and 10 here for the Panthers.
We're hearing a lot of come on, Fords, hold that line, Fords. And ultimately, the Fords are being led by Vinny Fasaro and Jake Lisicki on the defensive end. 2 solo tackles, and also Will Julio with 2 solo tackles. I mean, this is just something that the Fords hope for, especially with their 12 total tackles tonight, bringing down Quakertown.
And another intended pass for Thomas. He was able to secure it, but not before he was able to get a foot in bounds. And it'll be a 3rd and 10 here. And Quakertown, there's an injured player on the field. We will be back in just a few seconds. And Martin looking to pass, quick pass to number 20, Gavin Carroll, and taken down at the line is Carroll.
I mean, we've been seeing those quick snaps.
Will be a 4th down for the Panthers. It'll be a 4th and 8. And out to punt again is Pesh, I believe. And out of bounds at about the 46-yard line.
That's a decent place for the Fords to start. I mean, we've seen 90-yard rushes, and we've also seen 50-yard rushes from Liam Taylor, from Will Julia. I mean, it's something that we almost expect for the Fords.
And the Fords will start at the 45-yard line here. Able to get some motion, and it'll be against the Panthers. It'll be 1st and 5 now for the Fords. And Fords will now start this drive on the 40. And giving it to Taylor. Taylor just bullying his way through. Gets up to the 20. And it'll be 1st down on the 19. And the Fords will just let this clock run out. And we will take a short break and return for the 2nd quarter. And the Fords getting set now on the 19-yard line. And Taylor with another rush. Breaking tackles inside the 5. And it'll be a 1st and goal for the Fords on the 2. And into the end zone is Liam Taylor for the 3rd touchdown of the night.
I mean, this is just amazing. This is a great way to stir up the crowd. I mean, Liam Taylor, crowd favorite, community favorite. I mean, his whole family has been through the Haverford program, and now it is his year to just break out and do what he wants to do. He's good in football and lacrosse. Lacrosse will take flight in spring, but he is going to be a football star for just a little longer.
And Cunningham's kick is up. Sorry about having some technical difficulties here. But let the Fords get set up for the kickoff, and we'll be back in just a few seconds. And Cunningham's kick is received by Matt Thomas again. And Thomas coming up the left hash.
And he is pushed into the Fords bench. You know that the Fords are going to be talking a little bit of smack as he comes into the Fords territory, but we're seeing a good amount of a good hold by the Fords defense tonight.
Yeah, this defense has been able to stop the Quakertown Panthers deep in their own territory and also just force 3-and-outs.
I mean, it's the start of the second quarter, and the Fords are up 21-0, and Quakertown just hasn't been given the opportunity to score, and I think that that's amazing from the Fords defense. I mean, as told by Will Julia, he said that the Fords really need to prove to themselves that they are a great team this year. They need to prove that they're good enough, that the team is strong enough, offense and defense, but also they need to prove to PA because they have been labeled as one of the underrated teams and unexpected teams make it into playoffs this year. And he quite literally said, "We are the underdogs."
And Martin almost taken down by Knapp. And that pass is dropped. It'll be a 3rd-and-9 here for the Panthers.
I mean, that was a flying attack by number 53, Lee McCloskey.
And Martin dropping back to pass. And is sacked by Chase Russell.
That must feel good.
And it'll be a 4th-and-long for the Panthers. Be a 4th and 16 for the Panthers, and number 7, Carter Cholsky, back to punt. High snap. Still manages to get it off. And Fusaro takes it. Jimmy Fusaro takes it right into the left side towards the Fords bench. Nobody around. Going up the sideline is Jimmy Fusaro.
He's still going.
And he's still going.
Breaking tackles. Breaking ankles.
Into the end zone is Jimmy Fusaro. Into the middle school section there. And a punt return touchdown for Jimmy Fusaro. Must feel great for him. And that puts the Fords up 27-0 against the Quakertown Panthers. This team done a great job so far tonight. We still got 9:18 left. And Cunningham out to take the extra point.
Lining up. Snap. And it is good. Vince Cunningham with the extra point puts Haverford on top. 29-28-0.
And let both teams get set. We'll be back in just a few seconds. Cunningham back to kick it away again. And another squib kick. Bounces. And Thomas is able to get it. And Thomas just booking it. Breaks tackles. And finally taken down across the 50 by Liam McCluskey. I know. It's not McCluskey.
Liam Taylor.
By Joe McGinley. And there is a penalty on the play. Had to see what the refs say about that. And Martin hands it off to number 25, Kyler Rosner.
He doesn't get very far, but the Fords are also not giving them any holes to push through. Liam Taylor on the defensive end makes the tackle. Stopping the rush.
And Martin takes a snap. Going to pass, quick pass. Taken down by a pile of Fords is number 18, Eden Burgee. And McGloin and Knapp on the tackle there. It'll be a 1st and 10 for the Panthers. Already inside the 25.
With 8 minutes and 10 seconds with this running clock.
And a rush by Thomas, I believe. gain of 3.
I mean, it seems like Quakertown's just playing small ball right now. I mean, this is stuff that we expect from the Fords, but Quakertown has been having a really good pass game tonight, but seems like they're kind of breaking down because of the Fords' defense.
Martin takes a snap. Quick pass out to Thomas. Incomplete. Falls short. And it'll be a 3rd and 7 here for the Panthers. Have to see what they try and do here.
As of right now, the Fords' defense is really being led by Vince Cunningham, Jake Lisicki.
And that pass is up and incomplete. Great defense there by Jimmy Fusaro. And it'll be a 4th and 7 here for the Panthers.
This is not a position that Quakertown wants to be in, but this is the position that the Fords will put you in. Throughout this season, we have seen Haverford just play really great defense. I mean, their defense feeds off of their offense, but their offense feeds off of their defense.
And Martin still out there. 2 backs with him. Takes a snap, looking for a pass. Pass is up and incomplete. Blocked down by number 25, Will Julia. And it'll be a turnover on downs deep in their own territory are the Fords.
I mean, Will Julia, after his breakout night with senior night, I think he's just been running with that feeling, that high of just being on top of the world, making small plays, big plays, and game-changing plays. I mean, he's just been on his game since senior night, and he's just been thriving.
And the Fords hand it off to Taylor. Taylor breaking tackles. Gains a few on the play. It'll be a gain of 8 there. Be 2nd and 2 on the 29. And Taylor again with it. Just keeps moving. Gets the first down and more. And it'll be a 1st and 10 here on the 37.
Liam Taylor with 12 attempts and 164 rushing yards of the 191, competing with Adam Kilpatrick's 27-yard quarterback keeper.
And Taylor again with it. It's a gain of about 5 there. It'll be a 2nd and 5 on the 42.
Liam Taylor now has 169 rushing yards for tonight and 13 attempts. I mean, that's amazing, especially for this just being the first half of the game tonight. I think I have my bets on at least 300 rushing yards from Liam Taylor with this game.
I'm going over 250, at least.
At least 250 over
At least
under?
250.
Okay, so I'm over 300. You're under 300.
And Taylor again with it. Gets the first and more. Gets across the 50.
That would be another Haverford first down.
And they will mark this ball on the 48.
Now 178 rushing yards for Liam Taylor for LT. I mean, I'm feeling the bleachers shaking from the energy of this stadium right now.
And Taylor again being pushed.
Seems like the Ford's line has just been pushing him up and up the field, making sure that they don't lose any yardage.
And it'll be a 2nd and 6 here on the 44. Ford's not looking for any breakout plays, but just trying to keep this ball moving down the field with 4 minutes and 10 seconds left.
I mean, they're sitting at a pretty good position right now.
And a
Fumble.
pitch out to Julia. Julia is able to recover the fumble. Just a little miscue there.
It's all right. Will Julia has that incredible football IQ that we haven't seen from a lot of other players just because of how intense he is, but how intentional he is. I mean, he lives in the game, and he just knows how to use himself, his agility, his strength and power to be able to help and benefit his team.
And it'll be Durkin, Shane Durkin out to the outside. Gets the first and more. Going down the outside. And into the end zone is Shane Durkin for another Fords touchdown in this first half. Fords are at 34-0 currently.
I mean, Shane Durkin is one of those players that you got to look out for because the last couple of games, especially at Conestoga, he got that one touchdown. And he has just been a breakout player. He's someone that we haven't really mentioned early on in the season. But once Conestoga came around, he's just been exploding with power, exploding with agility, and exploding with speed and being able to get those touchdowns.
And Cunningham's kick is up and good. And with 3:17 left, it is Ford's 35, Quakertown 0. And we'll take a short break. We'll be back in just a few seconds.
And the punt is up and returned by number 44.
Number 44, Aiden Whiteley. He gets up past the 35.
With 3 minutes and 9 seconds left in this half. I mean, we're seeing Haverford up 35-0, beating Quakertown mentally. I mean, this isn't physically anymore. This is mental. I mean, when you're down by this much, it is crushing. It is something that you fear as if you can't come back from, and that's what the Fords do with these blowouts. Is they just put so much doubt into the opponent's head, especially Quakertown as of right now, with the back-to-back touchdowns.
And Martin takes the snap. Keeps it himself, gets tripped up right away. Had to see where they marked this. Probably getting a 1 or 2 there. And Martin's pass is intended for number 18, Aiden Burgee, and broken up by number 2, Vinny Fusaro.
I mean, Will Julia attempted for the swat at that football, but it just seems like he just bounced off number 18 for Quakertown. I mean, he is a wall.
And Martin being chased again. Pass is incomplete. And it will be a 4th and 8.
Seems like one of our water boys caught the football.
That's an interception, right?
Yeah, I would consider he's wearing red. He's representing Haverford. Interception.
And it'll be a 4th and 8 on their own 38 for Quakertown.
I mean, we're seeing a lot of grit and a lot of physicality with Haverford right now and their defense. I mean, we've seen some confrontation from both Vasaro twins, but also Jake Lisicki and Will Julia.
And Coach Doc will call a timeout, and we will be taking a break as well. We'll be right back. And Martin's pass is incomplete. And there's an injured Panther on the field. Again, take a break. And we are back. Fords, 1st and 10 here on the 38 for the Fords. Pass by Kilpatrick. Looking. Fires it to Durkin. Durkin complete at about the 10.
That is a great dime by Adam Kilpatrick. I mean, it was surrounded by Quakertown, and he didn't give up hope. He found Shane Durkin deep in the field and just fired. I mean, that was almost a Hail Mary, but it was right on target. He just threw a dime, and that is something that we have seen Adam Kilpatrick struggle with in the past, but we are starting to see some confidence from Kilpatrick.
And it will be Taylor again into the end zone for another Fords touchdown. And it will be 41-0 with 1:57 left.
My goodness.
And Cunningham's kick is up and good. Be 42-0 with 1:57 left. Let them get set, and we'll be back for the start of the Quakertown drive. Cunningham kicks it away to number 44, Aiden Whiteley, and Whiteley shoved out of bounds at about 37. See where they mark this.
I mean, just to go over some key plays during this game, Fasaro had an interception, which ultimately led to one of Liam Taylor's 4 touchdowns of the night. It was a 91-yard rushing touchdown, and I mean, that's amazing, especially for the talent of Liam Taylor. Then we had a punt return touchdown by Jimmy Fasaro, running downfield, breaking tackles, and then we finally had Shane Durkin with a 50-yard touchdown.
And a rush by number 20, Gavin Carroll, is stopped almost immediately. Be a second down and 10. Second and 9 at the 39 here for Quakertown. And that pass is complete to number 10, Gavin Mushrush.
And we're just going to see the Fords kind of go with the pace that Quakertown is setting, which is pretty fast. Fast snaps, fast tackles, but then also we're going to see the clock run down to a minute. And the Panthers are going to try and get hopefully a touchdown just to get on the board. But there's 53 seconds.
Martin snaps it, gives it to Carroll, and Carroll gets the first for Quakertown and more. And Haverford calls a timeout.
Panthers call a timeout.
Panthers call a timeout. My fault. And we'll be back just a few moments. And
Quakertown is set up.
44 seconds left. And Burgee not able to get that first. It'll be a second down. Second down here for the Panthers. Fords up 42-0 with 38.7 seconds left. And given immediately to Thomas. Thomas gets the first. See where they mark him down. Say he will not get it. And it'll be another Quakertown timeout. We'll be back in about 30 seconds. And Martin's deep pass is
Intercepted. No, incomplete.
caught.
Held by number 25,
Will
Will
Julia.
Julia. That was a great effort by Julia.
Sadly unable to get that. It'll be a 4th and 1 here. Panthers have been going for these 4th downs, no matter where they are on the field. And short one at the 21. And I have to see where they mark this ball. Be close. Stop the clock at 12 seconds. See if and they do not give it to them. It'll be a Ford's ball here.
That's amazing. That's a great call.
And there's 12.2 seconds left now. And the Fords will go.
One last drive for the Fords.
And they will go into halftime up 42-0. I believe they're just going to kneel the ball. And the Fords go into halftime up 42-0 here at A.G. Cornog Field.
They should be proud. Coach Doc running off into the locker room. And we will see you after halftime. Don't go anywhere.
And welcome back for the second half of play here at AG Coronado Field. Vince Cunningham takes it away. And number 3, Chase Grob, takes the fair catch at about 25, give or take.
Just a little summary. The Fords are up 42-0 from Shane Durkin and Liam Taylor with 2 big plays and big touchdowns. I mean, Liam Taylor has had 4 of the 5 touchdowns tonight, and Shane Durkin also had 1, slugging it in for a 50-yard rushing touchdown.
And a rushing attempt by number 23, Tyler Scheibenhofer. And Tucholsky's pitch to Scheibenhofer again. Gain of nothing on the play.
I mean, big plays tonight by the Fords defense, but on the Fords offense, we have an interception by Fasaro, which led to Taylor's 91-yard rushing touchdown just in the first half. And then a punt return by Jimmy Fasaro led to another touchdown, and then Shane Dirk's 50-yard rushing touchdown.
And Tucholsky takes it himself, unable to get the first after 3rd and 14 there. And Tucholsky out to punt it away.
We see number 4,
Jimmy Fusaro.
Jimmy Fasaro, into the backfield.
And a delay of game penalty for the Panthers. And Tucholsky out to punt it. Jimmy Fusaro calls a fair catch at the 45. Bobby's out. And backup quarterback, number 13, Josh McGonigal is in. McGonigal hands it off to
Who knows who he handed it off to? I mean, that's just a big herd of white barreling towards the single red Ford. I mean, the Fords just seem like they're going to take it easy, rest their starters, and honestly just play the game with their second string.
That is, I believe, number 1, Nils McCallion, with another rush. Be it 3rd and 4 for the Fords here on now across the 50. McGonigal snaps it, hands it off to McCallion. McCallion out to the outside. McCallion going down the hashes.
And that is a good pickup of yardage.
Pushed out at about 35. It'll be a first down for the Fords. And they will mark him at the 35. McGonigal takes a snap, hands it off to McCallion again. McCallion up the middle. And McCallion again with the run. McGonigal hands it off again. Haverford first down at the 22. And a handoff to Chris Klein. Klein trying to break tackles here, taken down by number 72, Jacob Moises. Be a gain of 6 on the play.
Nils McCallion is a name that we haven't heard recently in the Fords offense. And with his 3 attempts, he has gained 30 rushing yards. And, I mean, that's great for someone who was just kind of thrown into this game. I mean, they took out Liam Taylor, put in Nils McCallion, and just ran with it. He's kind of being Liam Taylor in his own shoes.
And McCallion again is getting pushed. Both teams kind of doing just going for the JV lineup here, kind of second string. And another rush for the Fords. McCallion again. Gain of 5 on the play. It'll be 2nd and goal here. And McGonigal takes a snap. Pitches it out to McCallion. McCallion out to the outside and into the end zone for another Fords touchdown.
That is his first touchdown of his varsity appearances. And that must feel good for Nils McCallion.
And Cunningham out to kick the extra point.
Is up and good. Vince Cunningham's punt for the extra point is good. Currently 49-0 in the third quarter. Fords on top, absolutely demolishing Quakertown, and we will be right back after the switching of possessions.
And Cunningham's kick rolls into the end zone for a touchback. And Quakertown will start at the 20.
Two minutes and 30 seconds left in this third quarter, and we're just seeing the Fords run with it. I mean, they put in their second string. Flag on the play.
Be in the backfield.
Normally, Haverford's lineup consists of their seniors, some of their juniors. Right now, they seem to have their sophomores, juniors, and one or two freshmen sprinkled in there.
And immediately taken down behind the line is number 23, Tyler Scheibenhofer.
I mean, this could be another Haverford shutout with how this is going. I mean, going into the fourth quarter, Quakertown's down 49-0. There's not much that they can do with their possessions. I mean, Haverford's defensive line has just been demolishing any run that they're trying to make.
And it will be number 0, Gavin Hanschmacher. And that pass is complete to number 12, Emilio Alvarez. It'll be a 4th and 11. Pass was actually incomplete there. Dropped at the last second with 20 seconds remaining. And with that, at the end of the third, it is 49-0, your Haverford Fords, and we'll be back after a little break. And a drop punt by Cholsky. And Joey Moore lets it stop. And Fletcher is the one who touched the ball at the end at a 46-yard line. And it will be McCallion again. McCallion gets a gain of 5. And I believe it's McCallion again on the run.
We've been seeing a good amount of effort by Nils McCallion, just kind of proving himself as a junior, being ready to fill the shoes of Will Julia, who is leaving after this year for college. I mean, there's a lot of 2025s on the field for the starting line, and it's just the sophomores and juniors battling for their spots, but then also learning and taking in information from their upperclassmen.
And the Fords able to get the first down with about 9:23 left. Be just a running clock. Fords getting set. And McCallion again, pushing his way up and through.
I mean, Nils McCallion is just kind of taking on Liam Taylor's role of just rushing and keeping and just pushing through the Quakertown defensive line. I mean, he's doing a pretty good job. He currently has over 50 rushing yards right now with 5 attempts.
Fords getting set. Motion in the backfield. Joey Moore breaking out to the outside. Moore pushing his way through. And Moore gets inside the 10 for another Haverford first down.
As we see the bench celebrating the first down by their underclassmen. I mean, this is a great point in the Ford's time frame of this game. I mean, they're getting a break, but they're also being able to chip away at the Quakertown defense and hopefully gaining more points on the board.
And it'll be a first and goal from the 5. And a fumble by McGonigal. My fault. And it'll be a second and goal from the 10 now. Loss of 5 on the play. And it'll be a touchdown for the Fords. I had to see where they marked this.
That's a great touchdown for the underclassmen and second string of
They
Haverford.
marked them just short, though.
Oh, darn. That was a great run by Nils McCallion.
Be a 3rd and goal from the 1. Get a 9 on the play for McCallion. And into the end zone is Nils McCallion. And that puts the Fords at 55-0 with 5:49 remaining.
So, Jack, in the fourth quarter, when do the Fords get a running clock?
I believe after this extra point, they should be able to get the running clock.
And the point is good.
Fords up 56-0 on the play, on the game. This game has been incredible for this team.
Fords have just been dominating tonight. I mean, we saw the bleachers of Quakertown just clear out after the second half, or after the second quarter, and it's kind of just been a downhill battle for the Fords, just being able to push down towards their end zone and being able to score those extra points and ultimately take the lead 56-0. I mean, first round of playoffs, this is definitely a way to go out with a bang. I mean, after this game, I know that we've said that Haverford is the underdogs and one of the most underrated teams of the PA area. But right now, they're proving that they should be feared by any team that they come across later in these playoff games.
And Cunningham's kick is back and bobbled by number 0. And stay tuned for some post-game interviews from Coach Doc and Liam Taylor.
In addition, with both Fasaro twins. Quakertown, 1st and 10 at their very own 13-yard line.
And a gain, about 1 on the play. And it'll just be a running clock. Dante Ducasey with the tackle.
At this point in time, we're hearing the student section chant, "Start the buses." And this is with 4 minutes, 50 seconds left in this game. I mean, the Quakertown doesn't have a lot to give, but they're still pushing for more. They're aggressive on their offense and defense and still keeping the pace and rhythm of the fast snaps and fast receives. I mean, the dimes that Quakertown's quarterback has been throwing throughout this game have just been quick snaps. I mean, it's something that has thrown Haverford off of their game just a little bit, but we've been able to cover back and forth no matter where they end up.
It'll be a first down for the Panthers. And another gain of a couple here. Gavin Hand Shoemaker with the run there. And the pass is complete by Tucholsky to number 81, Brendan Gartland. Tackled by Chris Klein. And a pitch to Cholsky to Scheibenhofer for a gain of a couple. We gain a 5 on the play. Be 2nd and 5. And a passing play intended for Gartland is incomplete. Chris Klein on the defensive end again. And Tucholsky on the quarterback keeper gets the first and more, gets across the 50 and stopped at about 47 by a pile of Fords. Tucholsky with the pass. And there's a flag. Will be pass interference on number 11, Jack Izzy. Pass was intended for number 23, Tyler Scheibenhofer. Be a 1st and 10 here on the 32. And the clock will continue to run. And this will probably be the last play of the game.
I mean, Ford's up 56-0.
Tucholsky's pass is complete to number 2, James Weirheim.
And the clock will tick down to 12 seconds. And the Fords will line up on the 50-yard line, going for the handshake. And that will conclude the first game of the Fords playoff run, 56-0, blowing out Quakertown. And ultimately, just dominating in this game. We will be right back with some post-game interviews. Do not go anywhere.
All right. Great game, guys. I'm Finn McFadden, and I'm here with Jimmy and Vinny Fusaro. So, guys, tonight, it's your highest scoring game of the season so far, 56 points, and you had a shutout. So, obviously, you had a huge defensive effort here tonight. How do you think that really, brought your team together and kept the energy up throughout the whole time?
Yeah, getting stops on defense gets the juice on the sideline, and they punt the ball to us, and we get the ball. And, we knew they were a good team. We just had to get stops and gives us the energy, and then do what we do on offense, just run the ball down the third. They couldn't stop us.
Yeah.
When we just play a team game, all together, all 11 of us, stick together through adversity, we just play our game, and then it was over after that. Just shut them out. It's physical.
Yeah, for sure.
Football.
And then early in that second half, the first half, we had that punt return the energy from everyone, the crowd, the sideline. How do you think that really helped you guys out throughout the whole thing? Obviously, you guys still had a lead going into it, and it didn't really look like too much. You guys were having too much trouble, but I feel like that really brought you guys ahead. How do you think that really helped you guys?
Just gave us all the momentum,
Yeah.
If we don't have to go on offense and we score without offense, special teams is huge. So getting a punt return is huge. It gets us juiced up on the sideline, and then takes away Quakertown as well. They died after that. There's just no energy in them left. After that punt return, we could just feel it was over after that one. Hold on. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Well, thank you guys so much. All right. Yeah. Great game, guys. All right, I'm here with Coach Luke Doherty. Coach, great game tonight. I mean, highest scoring game of the season, but also, I mean, you see that big 0 up there. I mean, that's a fantastic thing to see. I think that's number 4 of the season. So obviously your defense had a great game. How do you think your defense throughout the game adjusted to the quick snapping at Quakertown and just kind of overall playing the game?
Yeah, when we watch film on them, we know that they want to go up tempo. They actually got down in a game, Chowderton early in the year, 28-0. They came back and won 35-34, and they went no huddle. Yeah, so we watched them go no huddle. So once we got a little bit of a lead, we knew they were going to start to press a little no huddle. We just have Coach Powell so good. Our kids know the D. Jake Knapp is amazing getting the calls in, and we just get on the ball really quickly. And then the back end, Will Julia does a great job getting the coverages in too. So our guys just know what we're doing, and when Coach Julia is signaling that stuff in, they get the calls in fast, and we line up and we go. You know, we do what we do. We trust our kids to be in the right spot, and they did it tonight. You know, it makes you a little vanilla when teams go no huddle, but I actually like us when we're vanilla because I trust our guys filling gaps and making tackles.
Yeah. And you mentioned that trust a lot. I mean, is that all that stuff? I mean, you guys practicing every day out here. You're always putting in the work all that time. I mean, having these kids every day and being able to work with them constantly, does that really just go into it so much more?
Yeah, our meeting time and our film prep is so important every week. We spend an hour watching defensive film. We watch an hour of our mistakes from the game before, and then we watch an hour of our upcoming opponent, and we just focus on that kind of stuff. What are they going to do? What are the wrinkles? Coach Powell's been coaching for 35 years as a D coordinator. So when he tells me we're going to do this, I say, yeah, you know what you're doing. And he's been right ever since we got here, and these kids are making it happen. So I'm just proud of him.
Yeah, that's a great thing. All right, congrats, man.
Thanks, Ben. Appreciate it.
All right. This was a great game tonight. 56-0, Ford's playoff win. I've been Finn McFadden. We had Jack Kowalski and Morgan Barrett in the booth tonight. All right. Everyone have a great night. Roll Fords.